Yeah. Okay, it's Mr. Claiborne again, and I'm going to talk to you guys for a moment about something my coworkers and I were discussing. And what we were talking about was drugs versus being in love. Now, the point or the message I was trying to deliver to this young lady was, you will never experience any other type of stimulation that's equivalent to being in love with someone who wants to be in love with you. Now, her response was more of a question. Well, and she said something along the lines of, well, what do you mean by being in love with you? I said, someone who wants to be with you. Someone who wants to be in a love relationship with you at the same time you want to be in a love relationship with them. And so she continued, and later she asked, well, what's the difference between loving someone and being in love? I said, there's a big difference. And you can love someone without being in love with that person. However, when you are in a love relationship with someone and the two of you want to be in that relationship, you want to be with each other, you want to be in love, there is no, when you are in that type of relationship, you will find no other feeling, no other form of stimulation that's equivalent to that feeling. Nowhere on this world will you find that. So, in order to reach that level, or I continue to tell her, in order to reach that level of being in love or loving someone, you must be willing to dedicate your life to being with this person. And that means not only dedication on your side, but on their side also. The two of you must be dedicated to the union, the connection that will be formed by the two of you coming together. If there's no dedication, then you won't be able to experience that feeling of being in love with someone who wants to be in love with you. So, my point was, being in love is definitely better than using some type of drug or harsh stimulants to give you a feeling of euphoria. Being in love could never be replaced. Being in love with someone who wants to be in love with you could never be replaced by any type of artificial stimulant or natural stimulant. All right, so that's my point. Being in love, drugs or using drugs versus being in love, I'll choose being in love at any time. But now I need you to remember, in order to reach that level of being in love, when you find that person who wants to be in love with you, in order to reach that connection, that dedication must be there. And maybe I'll speak some more on the type of dedication that's necessary in another video. In the meantime, I'll see you all in the next class. Remember to join me on Twitter at Anton Talks Love so that we can discuss some love relationship issues. I will see you all in the next class.